Deep in the Pacific Ocean, November 1944, Lieutenant Marcus Chen sits inside the submarine I-52, an urn housing his closest friend's ashes in his hands. Marcus gently holds the urn, which will carry his last mission, as the commander of the submarine tells him they have arrived. He's moments away from piloting the Nemesis, a human-powered torpedo with his fingerprints on the design. That story opens 2 years earlier as Marcus, a brilliant naval engineer, learns devastating news about a major naval battle that altered the trajectory of the war. His country's fleet was decimated, 4 of its finest carriers sunk, and most experienced pilots dead. Convinced that this humiliating defeat has gone too far, a disgraced Marcus and his assistant, Lieutenant David Wong, design a new bizarre weapon, a manned submarine torpedo. Their initial pitch faces resistance until they demonstrate their commitment with blood oaths. The military eventually greenlights the project, which is called Project Nemesis, but they want to include a means of escape. But both designers know that would reduce the weapon's effectiveness. The finalized design is a 48-foot-long underwater beast, armed with 300 pounds of explosives. Its design is simple, consisting of only a periscope, basic controls, and navigation equipment, but it is capable of speeds up to 34 mph underwater, which made it the fastest manned submarine of its era. If you're enjoying this historical journey, consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon to join our community of history enthusiasts. Your support helps these untold stories reach more viewers worldwide. Now let's continue with our story. When David, against Marcus's complaints of inclement weather, wants to run a test on the prototype, tragedy is set in motion. His Nemesis submersible plunges too deep, unable to regain control. Trapped, David spends his last hours writing an extensive, detailed report clearing others of any blame before succumbing to oxygen deprivation. His death crushes Marcus, but hardens his determination to finish their mission. Now inside his Nemesis submarine with 3 other pilots, Marcus rides his I-52 as it prepares to launch with David's ashes as a final homage to their shared destiny. They are moving towards a target, the gigantic USS Horizon, which sits at the anchor of Ulithi Atoll, when all hell breaks loose. One Nemesis runs aground on the sandbar, one sinks, caught in torpedo nets, and the last is sunk by depth charges. The last hope for Marcus is his nation's last remaining Nemesis. He approaches with expert timing and precision maneuvers through the shallows. The American sailors, placed on alert, scan nervously for indications of attack. Marcus buttons up his periscope for the last run in, revving to full throttle, and in his final minutes catches hold of his friend's urn because they're going to finish their mission together. It hammers into the hull of the USS Horizon, igniting a colossal explosion that tears the ship in 2 and fells 63 American sailors, one of the few Nemesis attacks that did successfully sicken U.S. seafarers during the war. This story does an excellent job of keeping character constants through the dynamic between Marcus and David, their combined ideologies, and ultimately, Marcus's sacrifice to bring their united goal to fruition. From the weapon's development to a tragic test run and the climactic attack, tension mounts, keeping viewers on the edge of their seats all the way to the dramatic ending.